Hi there, how's it going? I'm giving my reading from the Golden Present, the daily inspirational readings by Swami Satchidananda. Part of my plan to read and share about these for 365 days. So here we go. This is for today, December 29th. The heading is, Leave It to the Higher Authority. Live in the golden present. Always feel, yes, this is my present right now. The past is past. The future is not in our hands. Probably someone will ask, then should we not plan for tomorrow? Yes, we should plan, but you should not worry about it. Ideas come. All right, plan. But know that there is someone who is going to approve or disapprove. Leave the final decision to the higher authority and be ready for anything. If you want to plan something for tomorrow, do it for the fun of planning today. But always remember that there is a final authority. The individual proposes, God disposes. That is life. Oh, I can't help but to think about, these recent in this whole year, people who have passed in our, that we've given, received news about from, famous people to people personal to us, things that have happened, decisions that have been made, changes that have happened for the better, for the worse, things that are pending for the better or for worse. And what comes up for me is to think about this idea of how much control do I really have over this? How much control do I have over when it's someone's time? When, their life is taken away. They've had their last breath. How much control do we have with, the things that happen in our daily life, missing a train, getting good news, getting bad news. And it does seem that there's some other energy, whether you want to call that God or just, some people like to call it coincidence, or if you call it, kind of the unfolding of life, that there is something that I feel balances things out in some strange way that we can never really make sense of in the moment. I feel like it's just not the way that our brains and chemistry tend to be set up, at least mine hasn't. But the more that I'm able to commit to a regular practice that helps me detach from that clinging on to the need to be in control of the order of events, the best chance or more of a chance is available to me to hold on to my peace and to honor these things rather than to fight them. And it's maybe hard to say, why would I want to honor something that, is about someone's death? Or why would I honor something that's going to lead towards something devastating or horrible? And part of what I've learned is that there's no way for us to really know what's to come from the next thing happening. We've had some pretty horrible things that have happened in our own lifetimes alone, just to look at and make reference, but to see that in some ways from some of those, the uglier, horrific things we've learned about deeper parts of our nature. And it could be from that we create a different kind of outlook on how we want to live our life today. There was somebody one of my friends that I am more aware of his life these days because of Facebook, that shared about having met a homeless man who was asking for some change. And my friend said, well, I don't know if he said change or he wanted food, but my friend said, well, I'll help you with food. Anybody who's hungry, I'm willing to help them out. So he did, and he offered him whatever he wanted, and they went to the store and bought a few things. And he wrote in his Facebook that he thinks that he needed to meet that man more than that man needed to meet him. Because it helps open the humanity within us sometimes when we see kind of the pain and the more difficult things in our world. There's something about them that can be our teacher, rather than, oh, I wish those didn't exist, I wish we could erase those things. What if all those things are there to help teach us about our true nature and the depths of ourselves? Can we receive that? Can we really take that to heart? I have had a spiritual counselor who shared that there's 3 different ways that we tend to relate to the world. One is you can be a brick wall, where whatever comes to you, situations, people, etc., and they just bounce off you. So there's no impact. You're just solid brick wall, not welcoming things. Or you can be a sponge. So things that come at you, you soak them in, and it creates a heaviness in you, and you take them on. Carrying those with you, the sponge gets heavier and heavier. That's another option. And then the third is to be the mist, where these experiences come to you and move through you. So there's an experiential part to this, but not one that either bounces off or gets absorbed and held onto, but is related to in a different way that allows us to maintain our peace and our best chance at knowing how to relate to a situation. I feel like when we're held with anger and unhappiness and frustration and tension, we're likely not going to make our best choices in life. But when we're with those, we can see that there must be something to it. There must be some higher learning in this, and we just need some help to navigate through. I sort of feel like I lost track with what that reading was about, so I hope that all relates. Leave it to a higher authority. Yeah. There's that part about not planning. Do I not plan then? Do we just sort of leave everything up? I like that Swami Satchidananda, offers that, still make the plans, you need to, but it's like keep a little bit of that distance with it, knowing that there's basically only so much control that I feel like we have. Okay, that's what I'll share for today, and thanks for listening. It's almost New Year's Eve, so wrap up the year, and I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks.